So I'm actually at a campsite that is kind of right behind my house, and obviously you can see there's an abundance of lumber here right now. The city is actually cleaning up the park, and in order to do that they need to cut down a lot of trees. It's sad because obviously we're cutting down a lot of trees, but this place is super dense with trees, and with that density you're seeing a lot of tree rot and overgrowth of the brushes, and honestly all of the trees in this area can't grow to their full potential because there's so many. They're all fighting for water and sunlight, etc. It's good though because I can come in here and take my pick of the lot and get some pretty cool bowls out of it. Unfortunately though, a lot of these trees are already pre-rotted or rotting, and that's why they've chose to cut them down. So I kind of have to pick and choose what I want out of it, and I'm picking small logs. I have some very large logs at my house already, and I don't want to store anymore. I'm honestly looking for some snack size bowls or some bigger personal size bowls, and there are a couple of trees here that have been cut down that I don't think I've ever turned before. I'm pretty sure most of the wood here is elm, which I've turned a lot of because we have an abundance of it here where I live in Idaho. But I want to try my hand at some other stuff. So I'm gonna load up a couple more logs into the truck, and then we'll get back into the shop, and maybe you guys can help me identify these and we can start processing them for turning. So these are the logs that I got that I'm unsure of what they are. I'm pretty sure they're aspen, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna do a Google search and see what I come up with, but you guys, if you already know, type it down in the comments and type the timestamp. Look at what time it is right now in the video, and let's see if you're right before me. Searching. The image shows a piece of white birch bark material. Oh, all right. I guess it's white birch. Let's see if you guys guess that right. And then these are the other stumpy logs that I got. I'm pretty sure it's elm, but let's do a search just to be sure. Large piece of wood, likely a tree trunk. Yeah, okay. I want to know, what is it? That's funny. This says that it based on its appearance and how it's cut, it looks like it's ready to be turned on the lathe, which it is. It says walnut. There's no way this is walnut. That would be insane if this was walnut. I'm pretty sure it's elm, but if this is walnut, I'm going back to get more. Okay guys, real quick, I have cut up bowl blanks before. You guys have seen the video, and I promise I do know what I'm doing. I know that this way that I cut the bowl blanks is not correct, so please go easy on me. I don't know what was going through my head or why I thought this was the best way to cut this, but I know that it's wrong, and I do end up fixing it right here, cutting this next log. I could definitely tell it was wrong by how much the chainsaw was struggling to cut from the top down on this log. You're supposed to flip it on its side and cut with the grain, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. So I fixed it. I do know what I'm doing. I'm not very good at it, but I know what I'm doing. Let's move past this. And as you can also see, I'm the next Steve Rogers. I'm super strong, so just deal with it. All right, this is the haul that I got from those logs. It's a pretty good haul. I'm going to attempt to cut them all into somewhat circle shapes. I don't really care if they're perfectly cylindrical or circle. My bandsaw is not a very powerful bandsaw, so we're just going to cut them down to a manageable shape, and then we can start turning them. Now, I thought it was a good reason to use my circle cutting jig with my bandsaw, which if I had a more powerful bandsaw, it probably would have worked just fine. But this bandsaw is a 1 horsepower bandsaw, and it is not meant to cut thick logs like this. I did have a 3 TPI blade on there, and I was taking my time, but it was taking forever. And I could feel the bandsaw struggling a lot, and I really didn't want to push it too much and break the blade or break the bandsaw. So I cut a few of these guys up and just dealt with what we had. But I'm definitely thinking a new bandsaw with some more horses behind it is in our future. Let me know what bandsaw you guys recommend down below in the comments. Alright, so we got a majority of these blanks cut, and you know, like I said before, they're not gonna be perfect or anything like that because my bandsaw is kind of sad. It's sad if you're trying to cut bull blanks on it. It really doesn't do that great. But I got them all cut to a mostly round shape. I just really wanted to cut them off so they weren't square, and we did that. But now we have a problem. So I actually cut all of those bull blanks on a Thursday, and then I went camping on Friday, and now today is Monday. So they have been sitting there for like 4 days, and they have seriously cracked and checked all over the place. And well, that's a problem. I honestly thought that they would be fine for that amount of time, but man, they cracked and checked really bad. At least the birch ones did. Some of these other ones, like the elm, which is a denser wood, did fine. I didn't see any cracking or checking on them. But the birch ones, if it is birch, they definitely cracked. Not a huge deal because I'm gonna be turning these down pretty small, pretty round. So a lot of that cracking and checking should go away, but that's definitely something to keep in mind as I am turning these. I probably should have just sealed them before I left, but I honestly thought they were going to be fine. My temperatures and humidity doesn't change all that much in the summer, and especially in my shop, but I guess you can't win them all. But let's turn a couple of these and see how they do. I'd really like to turn some of these to like a completed bowl. I know that in doing that they will warp and twist and just kind of get all funky, but I kind of want to do that. So we'll try that with a couple of these birch pieces, and then we'll also try that with a couple of the elm pieces. So I probably just filmed for about an hour on turning a couple of these guys and talking about the process and things like that, and my memory card filled up, and then I guess it got corrupted, so all of the footage is gone. So that's great. It's okay though, I only turned a couple of bowls. This one here on the lathe has been turned to its finished thickness, which I left at about ½ an inch, and I'm just gonna seal this thing up and let it sit, and then we can turn it at a later day. I did try and finish turn one of these to its final thickness, but it ended up kind of exploding on me and not really working out. If this is birch, it was really curious because it was really wet, and when it was really wet, it was very flexible and soft. And now that it's had a chance to kind of dry up and rest, it's actually pretty solid little bowl. It still has a lot of drying to do, but it's interesting. Unfortunately, it's toast because I exploded it, but it gives me hope for this and a couple of the other pieces I want to turn, so let's get into turning those. Should be a pretty cute little bowl, snack bowl one day, but I guess we'll see. So one thing I do when I'm done turning a bowl that needs to be dried and cured is I just write the month that I turned it on and the year. That way when I come back to, turn it, I can know how long it's been sitting there and how long it kind of took to dry. Now I don't have any of that paintable finish that a lot of wood turners use. I really need to order some, so I actually just use a wood wax, and it works out okay. I haven't had any problems with it before, but I just take some of that and I just coat it all up on this bowl here. The wax is going to allow it to breathe a little bit, but not too much, so that it won't, hopefully it won't crack as it dries. And I just rub it all on the inside and all on the outside, basically just covering the whole bowl, all along the lip, everything, just everywhere. And now it's ready for storage. Now I know that's not the most popular or even best way to seal a bowl after you've green turned it, but that's kind of what I got right now. I don't have any other options. What do you guys recommend? I do want to try getting that painting, the kind you can like paint on. I forget what it's called, but I want to try getting some of that. And I've also seen people put it in just a cardboard box with the shavings, and I hear that works pretty well. But let me know what you guys think. Now we have a decent amount of bowl blanks that we need to get through. I don't think I'm gonna turn them all in this video, but I'll turn a few more and we can get this rolling. Okay, that is not a bad little haul. We got 1, 2, 3, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bowl blanks out of that session. And some of them I'm actually pretty excited about. Like this one, this guy looks awesome. He's got a couple of cracks in it, but I mean, if it holds up throughout the drying process, this is a pretty sweet little bowl. I love the shape of it. I'm also excited about this guy. Love the shape. I love that I kept some of that dark wood in there, or was able to keep some of that dark wood in there. It's not like I did it on purpose, but you know, it's awesome. I think it's going to give the bowl really, really cool looking features. And this one actually had nice tight grain, so it should survive the drying process fairly well. And then there are a couple that I just don't know what was going on. I think there was so much bark and just craziness going on inside this bowl that it was very stringy and gummy. Like my tools just couldn't cut it. So we'll see how that one goes. And then, you know, we just got a couple of other small little guys, but this is what I wanted. I wanted small, just little snack bowls. They should be fun. So we're gonna get these guys waxed up and put into storage. And if you don't know, the reason for putting wax on these or some sort of film on top of these is so that as they dry, it should help them dry a little more symmetrical. I've never had that luck, but it's supposed to do that, and it's also supposed to slow down the drying time to prevent cracking. Because if these dry really fast, they're gonna crack, and well, you don't want that. That would just be a waste. So you always apply some sort of film to these. They have special paint or glue or whatever it is that helps. I've just never bought it, so I use wax, and wax has done pretty good so far. I'll show you guys a couple of bowls that I turned a while ago, so you can see how they hold up. It also really helps if you store them in a humidity controlled environment, which, you know, I'm not going to say my shop is perfectly controlled, but I usually keep my doors closed all day, every day, and not a lot of moisture and stuff gets in here, so the temperatures and the humidity don't change drastically. So that really helps. But if you can really control your humidity and stuff, that would be great as well. Man, I really hope this guy survives the process, because this bowl looks sweet. It's got some seriously cool character in it. And it's like, the shape is beautiful. All right, so those guys are all buttered up and ready to go into storage. And I did find a couple of bowls that I did a year ago. Oh, no dates. No dates. What am I doing? I think I did these in a video last year or so, maybe. I'll have to go back and check, and I will tag that video down below, or I'll recommend it at the end of the video. But I turned them and covered them in wax, and they actually might be ready to final turn, which would be awesome. As you guys know, I don't really do green wood turning. It's not really my favorite process. I really do enjoy cutting the blanks and turning the blanks, but I hate waiting for the blanks. That part kills me. It is kind of nice to have extra blanks in stock. So now that I'm done with those, I have these and I can turn these and feel like I accomplished something. But we'll get to those at another time. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave me a comment down below. I hope that you guys learned something, and be good, be safe, be happy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.